for He is good. His love endures forever. Very good morning to one and all present here. Respected special guest, Shri Rupin Sharma, IBS, DG Resident, Home Guard and Civil Defense, Nagaland, our respected Vice Chancellor, Dr. D. Nanaturai, all the dignitaries of St.Joseph University, faculty members, and all the students. Welcome to this precious induction program for the postgraduate students. Today is a very special day for the freshers. University life will give you much more than a degree. So get ready for this wonderful journey, for this wonderful adventure. Welcome to the family of St.Joseph University. Before we start, I would like to highlight today's program. August 29, 2022 program, Session 1. Invocation, Father Cherian, MMI, Campus Manager. Welcome address, Dr. K. Situbadi, Registrar, Acting. Special song, Computer Science Department. Video presentation of St. Joseph University. Hinadu Awami Content Creator. Keynote address, Dr. D. Nanaturai, Vice Chancellor. Special song, Economics Department. Special guest address, Shri Rupin Sharma, IBS, DG President, Home Guard and Civil Defense, Nagaland. Vote of thanks, Dr. Pisikoli, HOD, Sociology Department, St. Joseph Anton, Computer Science Department, benediction, Sister Chinamal, DMI, Finance Controller. Session 2, Proceedings of Academics, Dr. Genitoli Echiato, Dean Academics, Examination and Evaluation System, Dr. Tia Garachan, Controller of Examination, Students Live at St. Joseph University, Professor Charles Izam, Dean Student Affairs, Wellness Center, Miss Julia. Master of Ceremony, myself, Miss Yashienla Longkamer, Assistant Professor, Social Work Department. Before we start with the program, I would like to request our Father Cherian, MMI Campus Manager for the invocation. Father.
God is good all the time.
God is good.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and learn not your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path. Proverbs 3:5-6. Let us pray. God, our loving Father, we thank and praise you for this new day and for all of us. Today, we place before you our guest of honor, Honorable Rupin Sharma, DG, our Chancellor, our Vice Chancellor, all the members in SJU administration and special guest. Father, we thank you for this great day and your purpose for it. We know that when we gather together, you always have your blessing. We love you for that, Lord. Almighty Lord and Master, we place before you today all the first PG students who have joined us with a lot of dreams and desires. May they be blessed with all they want. May it be an enriching time. Teach them new things, complex and beautiful world. Let their knowledge distill into understanding. May it be a pleasant and fruitful time as they discover new passions and interests. Our prayer today is that your will be done through this event. Take what we have prepared and multiply our efforts as only you can. Steer our intentions to align with your righteous will. Remind us of your faithful provision when our efforts fail us or fall short. We beseech your grace for our PhD students, Lord, who enrolled to study here in our St.Joseph University. We also pray for their parents, benefactors and well-wishers of these students. Bless them, bless their intentions and their profession. May this day be an inspiring day for our newcomers. We make our prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Very good morning, everyone. Distinguished Chief Guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor, respected authorities of St. Joseph University, Head of the departments, faculty members, and amicable students. I welcome you all to this beautiful morning of this PG Orientation Day. I am extremely honored and privileged for getting an opportunity to welcome Sri Rubin Sharma IPS to our prestigious institution. He is a well-certain as an IPS officer from the 1992 batch, who is knowledgeable in global fugitive tracking, investigation, safety, intelligence, and penitentiary affairs. Currently, he is serving in Nagaland as a director, total of police at the DG of Border Affairs at Nagaland. He used to be the youngest DGP in 2018. He has served in CBI. He has arrested Abu Salim Dawan for the 1993 Mumbai blast scandal, Portugal in 2005. He is the head of police force in Nagaland province in India. In August 2022, Rubin Sharma made headlines after his appearance in the reality television Indicate KBC 14 episode, which is hosted by Abhinav Bachchan. He reappeared in the Truth Sport Whale KBC 2022. On behalf of St. Joseph University, we extend our heartiest welcome to you, sir.
Distinguished Chief Guest, Sri Rupin Sharma IPS, and faculty members, sisters and fathers, and my dear students, good morning to you all. So I am really very happy to welcome you all to the campus of St.Joseph University. Here, I would like to highlight some of the important points of this features of the university. This batch is we are too fortunate because from this batch onwards we have implemented the National Education Policy 2020. So we have revised all the syllabus. So you are having a new syllabus which is based on National Education Policy. Here the curriculum, we are having a unique curriculum. Not only the theory subjects, also you are having many other type of subjects like skill enhancement, then dissertation, then internship and field visit. So many things are there. We are strongly believing that the teaching should not confine with only the classroom. You have to learn in the real environment. That is why we have included the field visits as well as the internship as a part of your curriculum. And we would like to give you a degree as well as we want to make you an employable student. I would like to share one important thing. The last 3 months back, we conducted a placement drive, but very few attended in the placement drive. Very particularly the outgone student, very few attended. My humble request is you change your mindset so that you can go out of Nagaland for your placement and everything. Many people are thinking that we can get a good placement inside Nagaland itself. It is not possible to get a good job within the states. It's too fortunate, but at the same time, the opportunities are very few inside Nagaland. So you have a mindset to travel outside the Nagaland. Based on that only we have arranged the placement drive and all the thing. So you change your mindset and you attend that type of placement drive and you have a good job.
What you wanna risk?
DGP, Border Affairs, Nagaland, and as the DGP, Nagaland, Head of Police Force. He has also served in Nagaland since March 2014 and has served in Nagaland for almost 19 years in various capacities, including SDPO, Additional SP, SP, and in State CID. He has also served under the Cabinet Secretariat with postings in Delhi, Lucknow, Vietnam, and Mumbai from 2006 to 2015 in various capacities. Besides that, he is also a prolific writer. He contributes opinion pieces and articles in various national and regional newspapers and magazines on law, legal matters, and issues of social, political, security, and law and order importance. Sir, it is a very great pleasure and honor to have you here. Now, I give time to our respected Sir Shri Rupin Sharma, IPS, DG Prison, Home Guard and Civil Defense, Nagaland, for the special guest address. Sir.
Good morning, everybody. I think there are enough loudspeakers, so I should be audible even towards the end. I just saw the loudspeakers. Thank you, the Vice Chancellor, Registrar, and the other faculty for inviting me for this function today. It is not an honor, but it is a privilege to be among students, among the youngsters who are the future of the country. I don't know how much my interaction with you will be able to make any difference to your lives. It is too short a time, maybe 15-20 minutes that I will be talking to you. I don't know whether the Vice Chancellor and the faculty have time. I have no issues in any student asking me any questions after the end of my address, because if I just speak to you, it is just a one-way dialogue. But if you ask me something, you want to ask me something, I am open to that also. Ideally, as elders or as leaders in the society, we should endeavor that we can make a difference to the lives or the thinking of any one person. So my takeaway from today's function would be, if anyone of you likes anything that I have said, try to do something good about it, try to learn something from that. Beyond that, I cannot influence the lives of, say, so many people in, say, 20 minutes or something. I just learned that you are all postgraduate students, so masters basically, as we used to call it. You completed your education, you are doing your masters. This is a very tricky period in student life of most students. You have completed your education, which is graduation. You feel you are ready for a job, but you still are not ready for a job because you want to study more. So this is also a period, I think, where some of you would be preparing for various maybe competitive exams or appearing for any jobs or interviews. Some of you also may be, say, on the way process of getting married or something, or taking up or associating with business of your parents or family members, or anything that you are involved in. So this is a very tricky period. From my personal experience, I can tell you that use this time properly. Don't waste it. A lot of you in Nagaland, I have seen Manipur, Nagaland and Arunachal, 3 states, have seen that there is a lot of clamor, there is a beeline for people wanting to become IAS officers and NPS officers and all that stuff, IPS officers, IAS officers. Yes, I do not want to say that you should not have ambitions and aspirations, you should have. But the most important thing is to know whether you will be able to do it or not. If you prepare for UPSC exams for 3 years and you know that you cannot do it, then you are wasting 3 years. So try to know what are your capabilities. Everybody knows what you can do. Everybody has an innate internal assessment of himself, what he can do and what he cannot do. So don't try to do something which you cannot do. On the other hand, try to do something which you think that you can do and your mind is into it. Even if your parents or your faculty or anyone, like for myself I can talk to you, I'll give you my example. When I was in the college, when I completed my matriculation, this is way back in 1982. So when my father asked me, I was just like an idiot like all of you, basically. I call all of us idiots. I was just like an idiot like all of you. So I did not know where I had to go in life. So my father asked me, he said, what do you want to do? And I said, politics, join karega. I said, okay, very good idea, so join politics. But where will you earn your living? So I had no answer. Interestingly, a lot of children now have answers to this question. I did not have an answer. And I am openly confessing this to you. There will be many among you also who don't have an answer to all this. Okay? So he said, what will you do for a living? I had no answers. And he said, okay. So, you join politics, but first complete your education. I said, okay, so education, what next? So he said, what will you study? Science or arts or commerce? So I said, arts. Okay, so arts, if you have to study arts, you will have to take Sanskrit and mathematics. I hate mathematics. I simply hate mathematics, I simply hate numbers. The only thing I remember in mathematics is addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, simple interest, pass. Nothing else. So there is no mathematics is out of question. So once mathematics is gone, Sanskrit is also gone out of the window. Okay, so there is no chance of taking arts. They said, okay, now come to science. What will you do? So again, that mathematics thing comes in, so non-medical is out. Physics, chemistry, mathematics is out. So we are left with the medical stream, as we used to call it. Botany, zoology, chemistry, physics. Let's do this. We did this, and again, we had mathematics, but I never was interested. We used to just cram up something and get passed. In the internal assessment, used to get, like out of 50, I'll get 2.5, 3 marks, something like that, but still managed to pass with decent marks. So my mother was very interested that I should become a doctor, and I had no interest in all this. Okay, so first year I did not get through into the PMT. Second year I prepared well, I would have got through. But many years later I confessed to my mother that I did not attempt almost 17-18 questions in my favorite subject, which was chemistry, just because I knew that even if I attempt one more question I will get selected in PMT. And I did not want to become a doctor. So, this is also an assessment of what you know about yourself. And I just did not become a doctor by 1 mark. And imagine if I had attempted 17 more, I would definitely become a doctor and not what I am now. So I just crossed that hurdle, again completed my graduation. So after graduation, my father says, "Ab kya karega?" I said, "Politics karega." He said, "Roti kahan se khayega?" The same question again. Had no idea. I did MBA, subsequently did LLB. Just that you know yourself, that you are good enough to do something. I appeared in the UPSC examinations. There also, as I told you, I have a hatred for mathematics. In the general studies first exam, we used to have 55 marks of mathematics and statistics based question. I think it was if I waste my time, I'm wasting my time on this. I did not touch that mathematics part. But out of the 300 marks that we used to have that particular general studies paper, I did not attempt even a single question of mathematics and all. So 300 minus 55, 245. Out of 245, I get 227. You know, so these are like small lessons. You know what you cannot do and you know what you can do. So whatever energy you save from whatever you cannot do, put it in some other place. You know, so you use it in a place where you can use it rather than wasting time. So finally got through into civil services, came to Nagaland. I've had a nice tenure in Nagaland, and wherever I have been, I have virtually no regrets in life. Yeah, you always have regrets, but no regrets where anything is thrust upon you, you are happy. A few things other than this I wanted to tell you. And also my advice to the university authorities, which I often, unsolicited advice which I often give wherever I interact with students or student community or faculty like this. I am myself a product of Catholic institutions. I studied in one of the most prestigious North Indian schools in Shimla, which is St. Edward's, till class 7th. Then my father got transferred and I studied in Sacred Heart School in Dharamshala, Himachal Pradesh for my matriculation. Again, this is nothing about religion, this is just about how institutions are run. I can tell you for sure Catholic institutions are probably the best managed institutions in the country, especially by way of the discipline and the strictness that is there. Okay, so hats off. Finally, firstly, hats off for all this. But even within that parameter, you know, I did not have these ideas at that time when I was a student, but having grown in life, having seen things in life, you come to realize that there are so many more things than just discipline and strictness. We need to learn more. So my request and my advice to the faculty is try to make your students better human beings, which you do, but try to also make them better citizens in teaching them what are the civic values in a society. For that to be done, it has to be done through example, through learning, and also by telling them what is wrong in the society. What is right, morally we all know. Christians will read the Bible, Hindus will read the Ramayana and the Gita and everything, and we will learn everything, but when we try to implement it, we don't. Equally applicable for our religions. But we need to know what is right, which is the moral, ethical, correct thing which is mentioned in the scriptures, but we also need to know what is wrong. We need to be able to counter that when we are in a position to counter that, and the best way to know is tell them what is wrong. The student should know what is wrong. If he knows this is wrong, he will not do it. So telling the right thing only is not enough. It is just half the story. मुझे ऐसे ना नहीं. Oh, आवाज थोड़ा कोई ना तो इमन 200 month का ना okay. So please, my advice to the faculty and the students is learn, but teach them both what is right and what is wrong. Okay. Then smaller things like cleanliness, hygiene, taking a bath daily, or brushing your teeth daily, you know, respecting seniors, love and affection for juniors or kids and everything. This also you will learn. But other things like what is democracy, what is freedom of speech, how to express with others, how to put forward your point of view to others. If you have to participate in an election, what is the value of your vote? How to make it count. I think all of you here would be eligible for a vote, right? You would all be 18 plus, right? Correct? Have you got your voter ID cards bit? Have you registered yourself as a voter? Please do register if you have not, and please do and go and vote. Okay? Now elections in Nagaland are coming. I am not saying which party you vote for. I am not here to campaign for any party, but I am saying as a responsible citizen, the first step after doing what is right and wrong is to go and vote. If there is something wrong you don't like, vote against it. If it's something right, vote for it. Okay? This is where you start exercising your free will upon the society, expressing yourself. Now, one request if I can make to the students here is, when you vote any candidate, any party, that is not my concern. Don't vote, firstly don't allow anyone to vote for you. Okay, exercise your own vote yourself, not your family member or your parent or your village council or your village chief or anyone. No, go and vote yourself. Some of you here would be students of political science. The Indian Constitution says single non-transferable vote. Okay, it is your constitutional right. Exercise that right, vote yourself. Don't allow anyone to vote for you. Secondly, don't get influenced by anyone where to vote. By anyone or by money or any other allurement. People will come and give you money, or your family members, someone like, I know it's very rampant, not only in Nagaland, everywhere. 500 rupees, 1000 rupees, 20,000 rupees, they'll go for a vote, or they'll give liquor or cigarettes, or in the worst case, there are some people who are poisonous, who will even give drugs to the children or people who consume drugs. So vote, exercise your own judgment. In my family, I have two daughters. One is slightly elder than you, the younger one is slightly your age, she is 21. We discuss things, we tell them what is correct and what is not correct as per what we think. We don't force them to vote. They are free to exercise their own opinion to go and vote wherever they want. Okay? Listen to your parents, listen to everybody, exercise your own mind. Now, along with this is the culture of elections. If I can request the faculty, the vice chancellor and everybody, I don't know what sort of students elections or representative system you have. I think it may be a very good idea to start inculcating this feeling of voting in them. It's not just for student bodies or class representatives or anything, the mechanism of voting or expressing your opinion can be on small issues, whether, say, the university classes should start at 8 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock in the morning. These are small things that people will express. Then once they have to express, they will start debating on it. Why 8 p.m.? For example, like I see the same trend here, which I had attended a freshers meet in SJU college about 7-8 months back. So there also I saw the same thing, it's like starkly visible here that everybody is in a uniform, all students are in a uniform. The same thing was there in SJU, except that during the freshers there are some children in, and they were also in series because they were having this competition of Miss College or something like that, And I asked the SJU college management, I said, why have college uniforms? I got an answer. I don't know what is the answer of people here, but I will tell you what they said. And I'm not saying this anything to criticize this faculty or this management. No, I'm just giving you an incident. I said, why have uniforms? I said, why not? I said, I am a policeman. I have been in uniform a lot of time in my life. A uniform binds you like this. There's blinkers on you. You just think like this. You start dividing yourself. I am St.Joseph, he is SJU, I am police, I am home guard, I am this department, I am this department. Yes, we all belong to some larger group or smaller group, but it gives you blinkers, it stops you from thinking. this was my logic, and yeah, sir, we agree with you, and I said, like, if I can make another request, if you agree with me, you may have it, say, 6 days in a week, or 1 day in a week, can you have a non-uniform day? Just a thought, something new that you think of. But I'll also give you the logic which I got from the faculty there in SJU. He said a lot of our students do not come from very good backgrounds, economic backgrounds. Okay? So if we allow people to have different uniforms, like freedom of whatever clothes, now then there will be a discrimination. Like they are not discriminating, but someone is putting on, say, a pant of, say, 10,000 rupees, the other child is not able to do it. So this inequality comes in. So everything has its positives and negatives. Okay, and I'm giving you both sides. I said my side, my thing, but I'm also giving you what they said. Yeah, there is a logic in this. There is a very strong logic on both sides, but I think a middle path is required. It will give an opportunity to children to express, opportunity for all of us to interact better. I wonder if St.Joseph University may be able to try this. My suggestion, if you can do it, well, I'm not saying you do it forever, just do it for, say, once a month or something, just see what happens, It just makes it, because, I've also been in, not in college, say in colleges, our time, your time also, it's like anything to put on, but schools, we've all had the same systems throughout the country. My children studied in international schools in Vietnam, where even in schools there is no uniform. And the outlook of the children studying in school where there is no uniform is entirely different. I can tell you for sure that their outlook is different. It's like, nothing again. I am a part of the same system, and I'm saying it is just blinkers. When you put something, it's just blinkers on you. You just can't think beyond this. So it helps us to mix around, amalgamate with people. I don't know how you do it. These two, three things. One is about opinions, class opinions, or voting on small issues or small things like that. That is one. Then uniforms in school, in college, in the university is another one which you can do. These are small things which could be tried even within the environment which we all live in. My request to all students here is, and if you can spread this word even to your non-St. Joseph's University friends, that in voting, in elections which are going to take place in Nagaland, whenever they take place, hopefully in the next 6-7 months, please exercise your own vote. Don't allow anyone else to exercise your vote. It is the power that you hold once in 5 years. Okay? I can go on and say that you should become good human beings, good citizens. It's very easy to say, but it is very difficult to define what is a good human being. Another issue which I would request all of you and also the faculty is the issue of drugs in Nagaland. In my view, the issue of consumption of drugs in Nagaland is a big problem. I am not willing to pinpoint anyone and say he is a drug consumer, but I may not be surprised that even in the university of 3,000 people, you will get at least, say, 40-50 people, students who are drug addicts. Or, I'm not using the word drug addicts in a negative sense that they are bad, but like, they are suffering, So my request is, if any one of you comes to know that someone is a drug addict, do not, by hiding this fact from the faculty or from other friends or from his parents, do not think that you are a friend of that person. You are an enemy of your friend. Inform the faculty, okay? And my request to the faculty is, please do not take precipitate criminal action or disciplinary actions against such a person. He is a person suffering from a disease. He or she is a person suffering from a disease. Let us join hands to cure that disease. It makes no sense to throw him out of the college or ban him from college or something like that. I would even go to the extent of saying that if I come to know of 2 students, 3 students who are drug addicts, I'll put them into a rehab, talking to their parents, and say, I will make up for your 75% attendance also in the class, provided you get rehab there. If you get cured there, come back as a better person from there, I will take care of your attendance. Give him an opportunity. Life is about giving opportunities to people. So, Aurikan laga sati khan jane le nega kurba drugs rokan do. Please do not try to protect or shield them. Okay. Next is, if you do take action, do not only take action at your own level. The authorities, the university authorities and the faculty, please involve specialized counselors or the police in the process. Because it is not just that one person is consuming drugs in this case, he is getting it from someone. Rather than only catching this person, we should get the person who is selling the drugs to them. That is the root of the problem. Okay, and these are like small things that you need to learn, that allowing a friend to do something which is wrong is not helping him. You are actually damaging your friends. You are being their enemies. Okay. Now, again I said I can go on and on. I had a bucket of 3-4 advices which I had to give. I would stop here. But last, if anyone wants to ask me anything, I will try to answer to the best of my knowledge and capabilities. So anyone wants to ask me anything, faculty or students or anyone, most welcome. Anyone. Don't be afraid of your faculty now, because I have given you this opportunity. Any student, any faculty wants to ask anything, most welcome. Okay, while till the time she is going and taking that mic, and I am not saying any hands raised, let me say another thing on this issue of nobody asking me a question. I hope someone will ask me after this. When you are hesitant about asking something, as students, now this is as a student, I tell this to my daughters also. When you are hesitant about asking a question to anyone, you think that you may be wrong, okay? But you just might be doing a favor to everybody else sitting in the hall by asking that question, because there will be others who want to ask this question but cannot ask this question. Okay, so you should ask questions. Asking a question, and like I have, another incident, a small incident, and tell you. I am one person, if someone asks me a question, I never take offense to that question, never. I may politely say I can't answer, but I never take offense, because I have suffered myself on this count during my academic days. And this is a request to the faculty here. Please ensure that this does not happen to Rubin Sharma, does not happen to anyone else. Okay, I'll give you this incident. I was in the final year of my college, and botany was one of my subjects. We had done the practical, and after the practical we were waiting for the Viva Voce. In the Viva Voce, the external faculty was asking a question. I remember one word, the other I don't remember. He said, what is the difference between fermentation and another word? I don't remember. So he had asked the same question to all the students in the morning session, and nobody had been able to answer. So when we went for our Viva Voce and we asked, what is he asking? I said, difference between this, and we tried to check in the book, did not get an answer. So I was among the better students in the university, in the college. So and when my term came for the Viva Voce, this gentleman, the external examiner, asked me the same question, and I said, sorry sir, I don't know. No, You are the best student in the class, you should know. I said, sir, sorry sir, I don't know. And he kept pushing me and I politely said, sir, sorry sir, I don't know. Can you please tell me what is the difference? Just asked him that simple question, sir, can you tell me the question? And can you imagine, he gave me barely pass marks in the Viva just because I had asked him this question. He took offense to this. So my request to all faculty is, if a student asks you a question, please don't take offense. You know, he just doesn't know it. I don't know it, I want to know it from you. And you think that I'm questioning your authority? No. Okay, so if anyone here has a question, I will not take offense. And I think after this, your faculty also may not take offense. Ever. So if you want to ask anything, most welcome. Yes, please.
Hello, Chair. Hi, sir.
Yeah,
Good morning, sir.
yeah,
It's me, Benediction.
Hi.
And when I was studying, I didn't get a chance to ask you. We actually wanted to have you, but we couldn't have you last time. So today I would like to ask you about cybercrime and its precautions, sir.
Cybercrime, you know, most of you use mobile phones. So a lot of you will be smarter than me also. Because, you know, you use it more than me. You have nimble fingers, quicker fingers. You know more websites than I know. I just know like a little bit of Facebook and Twitter, and then I just search for articles, nothing else. But you do a lot of other things, students and youngsters, including my daughter, they do a lot of other things on internet. Yes, but wisdom just does come with experience and age. So, cybercrime, so any crime which takes place normally can also take place through the use of computers and IT, okay, including a murder. If a murder can be done by a weapon, by a gun or a knife, finally that knife will be used, but someone can instigate another person to commit a crime on WhatsApp or email or anything. So what has happened with the world of IT is the number of crimes has just doubled. Whatever could happen normally has started happening virtually also now. So that makes life difficult for all of us. But there becomes two-faced interface. One is the normal crimes where IT is used, but it still remains a normal crime. So a murder is getting committed, the conspiracy is taking place through the use of email or WhatsApp or Facebook or whatever, but it is still a murder. So that is one part of the crime, which mostly is a traditional crime, but the evidence link is IT based. Okay. Then there are crimes which are purely cyber crimes. Incidents which are purely cyber crimes, which is hacking, phishing, taking away your data. People are sending you links, URLs which they send you, and if you click, your money goes, or your porn photographs. And I get a lot of messages from people about what is now called sextortion. So with youngsters, I just dealt with a case of a family friend 3 days back. Youngsters, anyone trying to call you from any unknown number, please do not respond. Okay? Even if you put Rupin Sharma's number or your Vice Chancellor's photograph there, or Prime Minister Modi's photograph there, do not respond on an audio call or click on any links, URLs. Always say that you will make a video call to him. Call him on a video call, he will never pick up. Because the moment you make a video call, his identity will be disclosed. He will not do that. So it's a small precaution. Then it is very easy to get carried away, especially youngsters of your, no age is no bar, but youngsters of your age group on pornographic movies or calls and all, and they will record your photographs and all that, and they will start extorting money from you. I am sure if nothing of this nature has happened to you, you must be knowing someone to whom this has happened. Okay, it is very widely prevalent. They will ask you for money. Firstly, don't do this. That is the first precaution. Second precaution is, if you have done it by mistake and someone wants money, don't give money at all. Go and report to the nearest police station. If you give 1,000 rupees once, he will ask again. He will go up to whatever he can, 20,000, 30,000, 1 lakh rupees, and say that your family will be informed, your girlfriend will be informed, your parents will be informed. So please don't get into all this. Okay? Go and inform to the police. And which police station or which police you should inform? A lot of people will ask me, sir, cybercrime police station ke jao. This is none of your business, which police station. You go and report to the police station which is your nearest police station. They will decide which police station will handle this case. This is not your business. Your work is only restricted to informing them. Okay. Now, in Nagaland, there are other types of fraud where people will say we are cyber frauds, in the sense people will send, I am sending you a gift, I am sending you a parcel, please, your parcel is held up at customs or revenue department and all. This is all fake. If someone has to give you a gift, he will not ask you for money. Okay, be sensible. If he is going to give me a gift, let him give. Someone sent me a message saying that, it's a fraud, 100% fraud. He said, $1 million I have in my bank account, can you give me your bank account phone number, I will transfer to your account. I said, no, I have a truck ready, I am sending a truck to your residence, give me your address. I will get it in cash rather than in my bank account. It is a fraud. Okay, you just have to be sensible and not greedy. If you are greedy, you will get into trouble in cyber crimes. Okay? On cyber crimes, the students and the faculty and the university can also help in spreading awareness, at least among the students. Say for example, something goes wrong with me. Again, I would say don't punish, but make a small note of this incident without mentioning the names, but just the modus operandi, how the crime has taken place, and put it in your WhatsApp group so that the students learn it and say precautions, don't do this, 1, 2, 3 things, don't do it. So you're just spreading the awareness, and you will realize that this awareness message is also bringing publicity to the St.Joseph University, because it will not remain within your students group only, it will go to the outside world also. You can just easily say that coming from the St.Joseph University, an incident has happened. You don't even need to give who is involved, who is the perpetrator or the victim. You say this has happened. So it is requested that people should avoid getting into this trap. The precautions to be taken, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have a faculty of IT and computer sciences, they can easily make something. So spreading the message on cybercrime is the easiest way to tackle cybercrime. You will always get trapped. Even I got trapped about 1 week ago. Someone sent me a message and I unknowingly put my date of birth and they changed my Twitter password. So I was not able to access my Twitter account for almost a day, but everybody is not having blue ticks, no? So I had blue ticks, so I called them up, I said my account has been hacked, can you revive it? So I got it revived in 24 hours. But most people will go, they will not have access. So yes, any one of us can be fooled, but it's always good to take some precautions. This is a long topic, we can go on and on, but briefly this is what I want to say. Anyone, anything else? Anyone wants to ask anything?
Sir, on behalf of the students, I will ask you one question. What would be the qualities that you would see in a student who would want or who can be a successful competitor in the UPSC?
First is a correct assessment of your own self, whether you can do it or not. If you think you cannot do it, you better not get into it. I think one of the easiest way to assess yourself is that for students, in your own group of 30-40 people, students or your friends, try to assess where you stand with as compared to them. You will know if in the group of 50 people you are like 49, better not take that risk for 3 years preparation in UPSC, because you are not going to get it. You are going to waste 3 years. Okay. So that is one method. Then past 3-4 years, Nagaland has not seen too many people getting through into UPSC. And I think one of the major reasons is the quality of discussions and debates which is taking place in the society and in the educational institutions. Acha, let me ask you this, and this awareness, when I prepared for civil services, there were so many things that I did not have to prepare at all. This is the same thing. I am saving time and energy from things where I don't need to spend and putting it elsewhere, the same amount of time and energy. Now tell me, how many of you just raise your hands, okay? How many of you know that there was an Indo-Pakistan cricket match yesterday? Raise your hands. So, idu 5 jan 6 jan hi thagibo to UPSC tayari kori laga do. You are not aware of what is happening. Okay, another question, simple question. How many of you know that there was I'm not asking the details, I'm just asking small thing, okay? How many of you know that in Noida and Delhi, these 2 towers, super tech towers, were demolished yesterday? Just raise your hands. So these are normal things. If this question comes to you in UPSC and you have to read all this time, what is it? You will never go through. So awareness of what is happening in the world, awareness of what is happening in the society. If you keep reading, again, nothing against Nagaland Post, Morung Express, Eastern Mirror, but if you just keep reading Nagaland Post, Eastern Mirror, Nagaland Express, Hornbill TV, you will not get through into UPSC. Because your knowledge about the rest of the world is very limited. Okay, so your horizons about knowledge, what is going on in the society, it should be vast. Your capabilities are important, but if in the normal course of routine your exposure is more, then it takes less time for you to prepare for all this, and then you can link things. Okay, then you can link things. This is what happened like this. This is going to happen like this. If you just know about Nagaland or your basti or your tribe, forget about it. Na paragode. Sida sidi. Okay, so the bigger thing is you have to expand your horizons to know more about what is happening in the world on a daily basis. I don't think there will be more than say 10% in this group who watch English or Hindi TV news channels on a daily basis, even for 10 minutes, 15 minutes in a day. In fact, these are small things. You want to prepare for civil services, or you want to, as the faculty, you want to ask them or help them. I did this in my office. Again, my experiments are my experiments with my colleagues and my friends. I was assistant director Interpol in CBI. Okay, and we were supposed to coordinate with 183 countries of the world. Now, unless me and my staff know what crime and what is going on in the world, how do I coordinate with them? No, I don't know which criminal from which country is coming and which of mine is going anywhere else. So if I have to look on the map where it say Guatemala and I looking at Southeast Asia, now so you have to know what is going on in the world. So what I did was 15-20 days down the line in my office, I said, how many of you read newspapers? So everybody is silent, nobody. I said, tomorrow onwards, on a random basis, I will ask anyone to recite the news in today's newspapers. At least 5 news items in the newspapers. I will tell anyone. Okay, my request, Vice Chancellor Sahab, in all your classes, make it compulsory 5 minutes every day. You will see all of them start reading newspapers and this. You just helping them widen their horizons. These are small things which doesn't take anything, but they help in life. They widen your horizon, they make better people. You learn from mistakes of others. You learn from what is going on good in the world. You can have different categories, one sports news, one political news, one high-tech news, whatever. You can have anything you want to. But just innovate a little bit in the first 3-4 minutes of the class, in all classes if you can. And you will see the the children becoming better informed in the society. Again, there is no substitute to hard work, but hard work has to have a basic threshold of knowledge and your own capabilities. If you know you cannot do it, you cannot do it. You have doubts, please don't get into it. Thank you very much. Anyone last question? Yeah, you wanted to ask something, sorry.
Sir, my question is also related to UPSC. Since many of our students, after they pass out from here, what we find is they will be joining coaching institute and then they'll go to Delhi or mega cities in order to prepare for their civil services. Now what we find is many of the students, they come back without making it to UPSC. And then we find that so much of money is actually being poured out of the state for the preparation of UPSC. Now since I'm standing here for the students today, just to ask you, where do we start and how do we start?
You start from the college with 5 minutes in each class, saying randomly we will ask you anything. Yeah, honestly, this is where you start. And I am not saying this only in the St.Joseph University. You could start this in all schools in Nagaland. 5 minutes every day, start doing this. 2 news items, 3 news items, randomly 2 students, 3 students in a day. You will see the change coming in. I can tell you for sure that for 70% of the students who are going to the mega cities for UPSC coaching, out of the 1 year coaching that they are taking, their 8 months is only being wasted on knowing things which are already they should be knowing. From the newspapers, not WhatsApp all the time. Although in WhatsApp also there are certain things which are authentic. Like I normally get this All India Radio updates, so those are like fairly authentic. But if you start reading newspapers, you start watching the television channels, you will know a lot of things which you otherwise will not know. So you cannot start preparing for in 1 year. It has to be a continuous process. Okay? So any one of your students wants to do it, I think they should start basic things, getting the basic things right, reading, writing, getting more exposure about what is happening around in the country and in the world. It makes life very easy. Well, in my case, what I do is, even now, it's not whether we are preparing for anything. So, for example, if I am reading about something, about one topic, and Wikipedia, so in Wikipedia there is a link. So I read that topic and that link, we can go to that and learn more. This is how your knowledge will increase. This is how your knowledge will increase. But if you don't even know what is Super Tech Tower and whether India and Pakistan played a match yesterday, gone. Okay, because UPSC is not just about asking straight questions about what is India's GDP. No. How is India's GDP related to Nagaland? How much does Nagaland contribute? How can it improve more? You don't know either one of the parts, you are gone. So your thinking has to improve, your thinking has to change as students, and I think the educational institutions can contribute a lot, especially in Nagaland and Northeast, because it's more about cramming and reproducing. Life does not work like this. Life does not work like this. One last one, if anyone wants to ask something, otherwise I'll go and sit on my chair. Thank you everybody for listening patiently to my sermons. I hope it makes it makes life of at least one person better in this hall. Thank you very much.
A very good morning to one and all. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks for today's event. I, on behalf of St. Joseph University, extend my sincere gratitude to God Almighty for granting us this beautiful program today. I take this opportunity to thank our special guest, Sri Rupin Sharma, IPS, DG Prison, Home Guard and Civil Defense, Nagaland, for accepting our invitation and taking your time out from your busy schedule and enlightening us with your thought-provoking life experiences, your valuable wisdom and advices. Dear sir, your valuable presence is indeed heartening and your insights deeply inspiring and enriching. I would like to take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Professor D. Nanadurai, Vice Chancellor, St. Joseph University, for the inspiring keynote address. By highlighting the NEP curriculum, especially on skill-based education that St. Joseph University offers and placement for the students. I want to thank Dr. K. Sudhapati, Registrar Acting, for the heartwarming welcome address and giving us a comprehensive idea about St. Joseph University. My special thanks goes to Dr. S. Tyagarajan, Controller of Examination, Sister Thynas Mary, Deputy Registrar, Father Augustine MMI, Deputy COE, Dr. I. Arokia Mary, Dean of Administration, Dr. Kinyatoli Yappu, Dean of Academics, Professor Charles Montang Izum, Dean of Students Affairs, Father Chirian, MMI Campus Manager, Sister Chenimo, Financial Controller, Father Anish, PRO, Ms. Yeshella, Master of Ceremony, Mr. Hinako Aomi, Content Creator for the video presentation, photographers of today's event and sound system in charge, management of the university, HODs, faculties, volunteers, guests, and well-wishers. Also thanks goes to the Department of Computer Science and Economics for their melodious voices. Finally, I thank all the PG first year students for your patient listening and cooperation. I wish you all the best for your academic endeavors. Once again, thank you everyone for making this induction program a huge success. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you so much.
St. Mark chapter 11 verse 24 says that, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours." Dear God, thank you for your amazing power and work in our lives. Thank you for your goodness and for your blessings over us. Thank you that you are able to bring hope through even the toughest of times, strengthening us for your purposes. Thank you for your great love and care. Thank you for your mercy and grace.